Good evening, and welcome to day two of honoring our ancestors as the veil thins. Um, if you kept up with yesterday, then you know that today for me is my brother's 1 year anniversary of his death and his passing. And I just didn't do too much of a change on the altar, just made him front and center and slid something over. I have elemental candles because for some reason the green one got burned. And I have them, and we have, of course, we have air, fire, and there would be earth, and there's water, and then there's a purple one in the center for spirit. And you can pick this up. I picked these up at the Mexican store up the road from me on Dixie Highway at La Mexicana. So I'm very fortunate that great place to go buy supplies, especially candles if you need them, depending on what you're working. If you do Santeria, if you work with any type of saints or that's your thing, then you can go there. There's also candles for Santa Muerte. Yeah. She's escaping me for a moment. There's a ton of stuff to be had there if you go and you pick, and you just got to go and look around. So don't discount your ethnic stores for supplies for your ancestor worship. They usually always have something that fits the bill for you to celebrate whatever it is your holy day, whether you walk different types of paths. So I definitely invite you to use that as a resource to get your supplies and get your things at a really good price, and they're usually prevalent. Today I thought I would share another poem that I found. It's a little bit more personal, I would say, just because of my brother's passing, but I thought I would share this with you. The moment that you left me, my heart was split in two. One side was filled with memories, the other side died with you. I often lay awake at night when the world is fast asleep and take a walk down memory lane with tears upon my cheek. Remembering you is easy. I do it every day. But missing you is heartache that never goes away. I hold you tightly with my heart, and there you will remain. You see, life has gone on without you, but will never be the same. Pardon my puppy's chewing a bottle. Today went really good for me. I think I had a harder time on my brother's actual birthday than today. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'd gotten a lot of it out of the system. Wait, I love you. This has got to go. Anyways, yes, I know you can be upset later. Which I was really surprised and really grateful for. I just focused on good thoughts, good memories all day long, to keep me in a good space, because that's how I want to remember it. Because Dia de los Muertos is all about remembering loved ones in a good way. You share happy memories, you come together as family, and that's how you do it. You remember all the good things that you had as a family during this time. And when we celebrate Day of the Dead, it's never a time for tears. It's a time of happiness. The Aztecs had the belief that the soul was eternal and that it could travel freely back and forth between this side and there. So which hence is why they have this holiday that they have, that they do every year. And just some back history in case you didn't know. Day of the Dead has its origins from pre-Hispanic civilization back from about 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, long before, of course, Spain and the Spaniards conquered Mexico. The celebration took place on the ninth month of their Aztec calendar, which is about the time of August in our today's calendar. And it lasted for a whole month, unlike the version that is celebrated now, which is actually, it was the Spanish's way of assimilating, of course. Gotta love colonialism at its finest. They took a wonderful holiday and turned it into something that would fit the calendar of their traditions and their beliefs, which was All Saints' Day. Day of the Dead is celebrated on 2 days, November 1st and November 2nd. The first day is the day that we remember los niños. It's for children. Typically, when it's done, they go to the cemetery and they clean off the graves for their loved ones. And they set it up, they put up the flowers and everything else, like candles and their offerings, and they go and they picnic. Some people picnic at the cemetery. And they will leave little gifts for the children and stuff on that day. November 2nd is the day that we remember all of our older loved ones who have passed on. So again, it's more of the same. There's food, there's celebration, there's music as you go, there's mariachis, there's all this stuff that goes on during this time. It's a very festive occasion, because that's how life is meant. That's how they look at it. They choose to celebrate the life that they had when they were here, and they remember those things about them. And that's probably one of the things I love about this. It's not so much mourning, it's about celebrating. Not to be discounted, the Aztecs had a beautiful way of mourning their dead. They actually had people that would wail with you in the streets so that you didn't mourn alone. Mourning was done in public. They walked with you in the streets, you and your family. As you cried, they cried with you. People were witness to your loss. And they understood it, and they were there for you. And these people that were there to help you, professional mourners, the Egyptians had this as well, would be with you during this time. And then later on, you would grieve and mourn for like 90 days, if I'm not mistaken from what I read. And during this time, you did not bathe. I know, sounds gross, but it was just a way of you just releasing everything that you needed to have to purge within yourself. And these people would be with you if you needed them. There was community support during this time as well. And then after that time frame, the person would come to you and they would scrape lovingly. They would scrape your skin clean of all the debris that you had occurred on your skin in those 90 days. And they took all of that and they wrapped it in a sacred shroud or piece of material. And then it was at that moment you technically were done grieving. That's not to say that you didn't remember or didn't still have those moments, but a bulk of it, you were actually given the time to move through that, which we don't anymore. And we should be allowed to grieve longer than what we do, have more time off than what we do when people pass. You just can't get over it in a few days. I'm sorry. And it's so easy for us to be unempathetic to that. Because, we all have good days, we all have bad days as we mourn, and you know what, think about it, even during, up till, even in the Civil War and stuff, and all throughout history up until then, people got to mourn much longer than they do now. People wore black to signify that when you were done, you could change that to let people know that you were done mourning. But people understood it. They didn't think it was weird. They didn't expect you to get over it, to move past it, to not dwell on your past. All that's a crock of shit. You're meant to experience it. and embody it and embrace it. Because how else can you really move past it if somebody's trying to tell you, you just got to push that out now because you're supposed to be done? Because that's not how it works. Which is just another reason why I love my culture's heritage so much, that they honor that so. And I wish we got back to doing more of that, today. Anyways, I will leave you with that, I guess, for this evening. So take a moment. Light a candle for a loved one. I noticed a friend of mine had posted that her grandfather passed away on the 4th last year. So when she posted her pictures of them at the cemetery, I'm like, I completely understand. I completely get it. And it's beautiful that they went to remember, and it should be honored and cherished for what it is. I look forward to tomorrow evening with you. I hope that this information has enlightened you just a little bit more as to where the roots come from for Day of the Dead a little bit, and that you understand a little bit more about it, and about why in Mexican culture it is so important, and why the Aztecs saw it as something to be honored and cherished and celebrated. Because I'm all down for a whole month of celebrating and remembering. And that's what we're going to do this time around. Aho, much love to you all. Have a great night.